Hello, my name's Stephen Redman and welcome to Pastor's Library. This is the channel where we talk about all things to do with theology books, books on your bachelor's or master's degree reading list, books on your pastor's or minister's bookshelf, or just books that you've seen or talked about as a theology nerd. Let me just encourage you, there is information out there and all I want to do is try and make it a little bit easier for you. And so today we're going to talk about a shorter series of commentaries, the Pentecostal commentaries. And if you like what we have to say, give us a thumbs up. Remember to click subscribe and click on the bell, and then you'll be among the first to know when we release another Pastor's Library episode. So, the Pentecostal Commentary series. This is a series that has been coming for years and has never quite been fully brought to birth. It's really quite short at the moment. People tell me that there's more coming, but it's a matter of waiting and seeing. I think some people who come from a Pentecostal background find it helpful to buy anything that has the word Pentecostal in the name, which I would suggest is the real benefit of the books. Some of them are written by top quality theologians, but none of them are terrifically technical. They are just helpful, ideal for a pastor, ideal for someone who is just trying to go further. So I suppose what I would say is that in general, these books are not too heavy, but there is a great deal of detail. This was the first one that I came across. It was Galatians by Gordon Fee. Now, I'll probably end up doing a whole episode on Gordon Fee in the future because there's a great deal of work that he's done. But this commentary is an excellent commentary on Galatians. I suppose I just wish that the rest of them were up to this standard. But Gordon Fee's Galatians in Pentecostal Commentary is a really good in-depth look, and you will get a very good insight from a card-carrying Pentecostal. Ephesians, which is by Trevor Grizzle, this is a good commentary, and in its sort of 180 odd pages, it offers a good reference to everyone. Again, coming from that Pentecostal perspective, it will deal with some of those issues in Ephesians, like be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody to the Lord. It's interesting what Grizzle has to say about that. So, again, a good commentary. I suppose what I really like about these is that with the exception of the last one I'm going to deal with, none of them are very expensive. They're quite affordable, and you can slowly build up a collection if you want. But I would say to you, if you are looking for to do a study on Galatians, for example, Gordon Fee's commentary here is a very good one to start with. And you might find there are more along the way. There is a Revelation by Rebecca Skaggs and Priscilla Benham. Now, these authors are both very good and well-renowned authors. I couldn't really warm to the Revelation one, I have to say. I mean, I have read certainly 20 commentaries on the book of Revelation, and this one was one of those, but not quite it for me. But the ladies do definitely offer a Pentecostal viewpoint on this. I just feel that Gordon Fee's commentary, for example, which is in NCCS, not in the Pentecostal series, I would suggest to you that's 3 times as good for the same sort of price. But not to be dismissed. I'm not throwing this away. You know, this is worthwhile to have, but I wouldn't put it up there in my top 5, for example. The other ones in the range I've now gone through 3/7 as far as what I can see is out there at the moment. Rebecca Skaggs has also done one on 1 Peter, 2 Peter and Jude, which I really liked this one, I have to say, and it's a good commentary. The great John Christopher Thomas, who can barely put a foot wrong in my experience, has done the commentary on 1 John, 2 John and 3 John. And again, this is really excellent. I found what he had to say in 1 John 1 about the if clauses was interesting, and I'm sure you'll find similar things in there of interest to you. There's also one by Matthew Bartlett on 1 Corinthians, and I suppose if you're going to get a commentary on 1 Corinthians, you really want it written by a Pentecostal. Enough said. I said to you, these are all quite reasonably priced. This one, however, is not too reasonably priced. It cost about £50, I think, when I bought it. But at 750 pages, this is a substantial volume. And this is edited by John Christopher Thomas again. But this is the book of the 12. So this is about the minor prophets. And as far as I can see out there, this is the first of the Pentecostal commentaries on the Old Testament. And it hits the ending and it gives you Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. And each of them is handled by a different author. All of it's then edited by John Christopher Thomas. And this is a really excellent commentary, whatever your background, on the minor prophets. It really is. And actually, it makes a lot of sense to have one big volume with all of them in. I mean, these days, you can get commentaries on just maybe, say, Amos that might be nearly this size. So it's by no means huge. But this is a really good one-for-all commentary on the 12 minor prophets. And I commend this one to you. I think this is an excellent buy. I really found I got a lot from that. But as that goes, for the moment, that seems to be the limit. Those have got different publishers. It appears at one time they were being published by Dio and then they're published by Brill. And I'm not really quite sure. T&T Clark at one point. I'm not really quite sure what's going on. But it seems to me that they haven't been able to get a real sense of inertia in getting these out. But it is hopeful, now we've recently had the Book of the 12, that this will actually get a bit of a momentum on the way. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any comments, please leave them underneath. If you've got any ideas for future subjects, please leave them underneath. And I will see you next time on Pastor's Library. Bye.